guys. So in my walk, because right now I'm just kind of chilling in the shade because the shade feels good and the sun has come back out. It's not hidden behind the cloud right now. And so I'm hoping that nobody comes to turn into this driveway because these people have a very long driveway, which is directly right outside of the park. But something that I was thinking about, something else that I was thinking about that was shared today is about God being a jealous God. Yeah, about God being a jealous God. And sometimes it's so crazy that people down here, whether it's men or women, will kind of boast about, like, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. And, yeah. I beg to differ, but, that's just me. Nobody wants to really own up to anything that seems like it's a bit vulnerable in nature, like it's a little bit weak in nature. And if you say that you're jealous of something, it's meaning that you're coveting heavily, or whatever the case may be. But there is a such thing as having a little bit of a healthy jealousy, when a significant other, this is what I'm talking about, with a significant other, with your mate, with your husband, with your wife, with your girlfriend, with your partner. It's good to have a little bit of jealousy. I know as a woman you want your man to have a little bit of a jealous nature, not a crazy jealous nature, but have a little bit of a jealousy to want to have me, in your presence versus somebody else's, and not to say like your presence versus the presence of another man, because if you're about that life, you're gonna be about that life and not play with somebody's heart and their mind and their feelings. But going back to God, with him being a jealous God, he doesn't want to share. Hold on. All right, trying to balance these keys in my hand. But he doesn't want to share. He doesn't want to share the spotlight with people. He doesn't want to share the number one spot with anybody, and he shouldn't have to. And sometimes we end up making him our number two spot, and sometimes number three. Sometimes, as Dr. Thomas said today, 4, 5, or 6. And sometimes we'll still think that we have him in the number one spot, and we have to pay attention to literally like what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, what we're thinking about the most on a day-to-day basis, how much time we're really actually spending in worship with him, how much time we're actually spending like giving him thanks, like showing gratitude and being grateful for what he's doing, what he's done, what he's gonna do, like the work that he's doing in us, for being so kind, for being so forgiving and merciful, for thoughts and things that we've hidden in our hearts that we knew were in our hearts, that we were in denial about, that were in our hearts, that he knew about and that he knows about. And so with him being a jealous God, we have to understand that when he shakes some things up, it's literally to get us back in a place of recognizing and knowing that he wants the number one spot, because not only does he deserve that number one spot, but he knows the end at the beginning as it pertains to our story. Anything having to do with what we're pursuing, with what we're in the middle of, or whatever the case would be, he knows the end. And so with him being in the number one spot, he's in a position to be able to guide us. So we have to lay out because we have to lay down our plan. And sometimes we think that we've laid down our plan and that we've given it to him, but we really haven't. Sometimes we are really still standing in a bit of arrogance. Sometimes we're still really standing in a bit of pride. And it's like, I don't believe that. I'm not doing it that way. That ain't how I'm supposed to do it. That ain't where I'm supposed to go. That's not that. And he's like, all right. When it comes to being a jealous guy, he also wants us to know that he knows more than we know. So we can't act like we're the know-it-all in the situation when he knows it all. So we literally have to surrender it all. We have to surrender it all. I got my toes stomped on today, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? In a good way. And so I'm sharing it. And I want you all to take it before him yourselves and for yourselves. Yeah. Sometimes it's some activities and some circles that we literally have to pull away from, and we don't want to, because we think that's the only way. And if we pull away from these circles, it's like we're gonna be completely by ourselves. Really? Sometimes it may be for a moment. But it's always a ram in the bush. Yeah. But just some nuggets I wanted to share also, because I'm having reflecting moments. It was just like, man, I know it's gonna be something that God places on my heart to share. But yeah, that was it. So I guess I can go and continue to be intellectual. And I'll just catch you all in the next one, right? Y'all be blessed.